Mhm. I thought maybe I should look at these child abuse laws. See, when you don't give me any rights from 2011, yeah, and you don't give me any rights when issuing dissolutions of marriage, yeah, and you don't give me any rights when when arresting me for crimes that I didn't commit, pooh, and then you don't give me the right to change counsel, then you say I'm fucking crazy. Well, there are some children's rights. Yes, uh-huh. These children's rights, oh, oh. See, I don't know who the individual is that emailed me. I could Google his email address because I copied and pasted all of them. Yes. But those known as mandatory reporters that do have to inform authorities, they are required by law to inform authorities that when you issue protection orders where there's forgery and fraud on the court, yes, where there's contempt of court, yes, it is actually child abuse, child abduction, and kidnapping. Now, you cannot be employed in any school district and have knowledge of any child being abused by the judicial system. Oh, now, child abuse. See, child's rights, domestic violence, child abuse, and sex offenses. Let's look at domestic violence. Yes. See, I'm not a child abuser, and I was never a domestic violence person. Yes. I did 7 hours of parenting classes. I sent 1,800,000 emails. Pooh. And for some reason, those in law enforcement don't believe that they have to enforce the laws. Now, domestic violence, partner abuse, child abuse, elder abuse. Now, you are abusing my sons when you don't protect my rights. And regardless of the amount of money I have, oh, you have an obligation to protect the rights of each parent. Now, every state has a complex system intended to protect children from abuse and neglect. As part of this system, professionals who work with children, doctors, nurses, psychologists, teachers, are required by law to report suspected abuse or neglect to law enforcement or child protective agencies. Ouch. Now, Carol, um, when did you think that you were going to ask me where I was at on June 16th of 2017? Or did you think you'd call the Port Angeles Police Department and ask them, did they get any videos from me on that day where I was in Port Angeles the whole day? Pooch. And then, Carol, when did you think? Now, these social workers, right, these doctors, nurses, psychologists, and teachers, anytime I email a teacher, a superintendent, a principal, that my son's rights are being violated because I was not given any due process and their mother didn't acknowledge the court order. Yes. In fact, we can look at Exhibit B. When you had that protection order issued and you gave their personal information to an individual who had no legal right to serve me in the Squim Public Library. Ouch. And then you said, well, we're going to teach the fucker a lesson. The truth of the matter is, it's child abuse. Oh, you're abusing children through the abuse of their parents. Ooh. Now, when you reissued this on June 1st of 2015, yes. Did the petitioner motion the court to do that, or did the county decide to do it? Did my wife really believe that I was going to commit child abuse or domestic violence? Or once you issue a court order, you just continue to issue it for the next 18 fucking years because you issued it for 10 years. And then you reissued it on June 12th of 2015? Right. And 50 days later, you had a court hearing? Yes. And you say you had 2 attempts of service? Yes. But you issued it for 10 years because you're just going to make me. Well, it is child abuse. Because you've obstructed my sons from having a father for over 7 years without protecting the rights of their father. Now, what? is it going to take for you to believe in law enforcement? Now, for all of those known as professionals, doctors, nurses, teachers, psychologists, I just showed you the evidence of child abuse. That's right, Phyllis. I explained to Phyllis, did you want to see a forgery? Now, without the petitioner's signature, without jurisdiction or authority of law, can you be found guilty of violating a protection order without the Violence Against Women's Act being enforced? Can you transport me to a different county? Is it enforceable in any other county? Is there a possibility this fucking county? Now, obviously, judges and attorneys are not being regulated. I think the legal industry has lost their monopoly. Now, I want my sons, and I want every fucking cop in the United States to understand that every one of you can go to fucking prison.